Hello, everybody out there in YouTube. We are the Middle-Aged Guys, and we're going to continue talking about Young Justice. But in this particular video, we're not going to be talking about reviewing the back episodes like we have in a lot of our other videos. We're actually going to talk about the brand new promo artwork that they released during Comic-Con when they had their Young Justice panel on Friday, July 21st, 2017. Let me get the introductions out of the way. I'm the Reverend.
The Theme here.
And I'm Grey Mouse 1.
If you are like us in this particular video, we are big fans of Young Justice, and after the way that Cartoon Network handled Young Justice and unceremoniously went ahead and canceled it off of television, all the way back in 2013. The the thing about it is that a lot of fans were pining for a lot more, and they worked, they campaigned, they thankfully the internet and the universe aligned in a way that was good, not in a way that was shitty, which usually happens with the internet. All right, they aligned in a way that was good, that went ahead and convinced DC and Warner Brothers Animation to actually go ahead and continue the series on with a third season at least. Fans wanted to see where did the characters that they went ahead, that they spent a lot of time to go ahead and get to know and get to like what was going to go on, especially during that whole War World cliffhanger with Vandal Savage and Thanos, not Thanos, excuse me.
Darkseid.
Vandal Savage and Darkseid, okay? And yeah, crucify me all you want. I will take the slings and arrows because I know Thanos is literally Marvel's carbon copy of fucking Darkest. But the thing is that it's it's literally Marvel's carbon copy. They literally copied Darkseid when they went ahead and they created Thanos. All right.
Ooh.
No, and the thing is that the creators of it have actually come out and said, creators of Thanos have actually come out and said they had inspiration from Darkseid to go ahead and create Thanos.
You'll have those Marvel fanboys, those fighting words.
Yeah, and those Marvel fanboys have got to learn a fucking history lesson. All right, okay. I'm not gonna take slings and arrows for that shit if you don't know that. Okay.
Okay. So sorry to interrupt the intro, but you're asking irrational people be rational.
We'll get back to that. All right. But my long story short, after a lot of campaigning, a lot of push from the fans, DC and Warner Brothers actually went ahead and said, look, we're going to bring out Young Justice Season 3. It's called Outsiders. After years and years of campaigning, literally 4 years of campaigning. All right. They said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this. Back in 2016, they went ahead and they actually earlier this year, they went ahead and they confirmed that, yes, not only they're going to be bringing it out, but it's going to be one of the flagship titles on the yet-to-be-titled DC Direct Digital Service, which that's something we have reservations on, but we covered that in the previous video. Okay, see the link above to see our thoughts on that. But the thing is that after they made that formal announcement and stuff like that, there hasn't been a lot of information that's been released on the net or given to the fans since then. That all changed come Comic-Con 2017. San Diego Comic-Con, the biggest comic book convention whole world around, started all the way on Thursday, July 20th. The Young Justice panel was on Friday, July 21st, and what they did was that not only did they answer a lot of questions, but they released a lot of promo artwork for the cast of characters that they're going to have actively on the team, from the start of Season 3. Okay. Somewhere in these particular blank spaces, you're going to be seeing pictures of stuff that they shared out on the panel. All right. The first thing that they shared out on the panel was pretty much the cast of the current crew of Young Justice. Basically, they have Static, Kid Flash, Robin, Wonder Girl, Spoiler, who is a new addition to the crew, Blue Beetle, Girl 13 or Tracy 13, who is another new addition, Arrowette, who is actually predates Artemis, but it's pretty cool that they're including her now. Arsenal and Beast Boy. Those are the particular characters that they have on the current roster, or the most current roster aside from the founding members of the Young Justice team. Guys, what do you think about the promo artwork that they've got, and at least the folks that they've confirmed that are brand new to the team or consist of the current team as it is?
I guess I'm just at the point where I'm just like, look, just finish the season 3 and bring that shit out. Now, look, I'm not going to be harping too much on the artwork of the people. I'm just not. Not these people. We'll get to the others later, but because this was just basically seeing characters that were going to be there at this point, and it's like, oh, okay, all those are returning. Maybe they're missing a couple of people, but for other than that, bring that shit out. And yeah, please. Gray Mouse, what about you? What did you think about the whole character artwork and everything?
Well, pretty much the same way that what you just said, you know. Just bring out season 3, let it be good, and so we could have a season 4 and a season 5. I think that was already been in the talks of, you know, if season 3 goes well, they already got plans for season 4 and season 5. So that's a tip. I mean, I'm satisfied with 5 seasons. I mean, Samurai Jack was 5 seasons.
Ooh.
And like that's a sweet spot for anime. Is 5 seasons. So to go back onto the artwork, you know, Comic-Con is the geek time of the year. You know, the world known. I mean, this is the biggest geek in good old San Diego. So, you know, I wasn't really surprised when they announced a season 3 artwork. This is speaking of which, the characters, this is not Dick Grayson though, right? It's another Robin.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's Tim Drake.
That's Tim Drake.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then,
But Tim Drake was already in season 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. That's why I wanted to say, yeah. And then so there's I think they'll probably have to open season 3 kind of like they did with season 1, you know, trying to get everybody, you know, to work as a team, because there's new members there. There's some old school people there, but then there's, like you said, there's some new team members, and especially Blue Beetle. I mean, he kind of has. I like the way season 2 was with Blue Beetle, but so I think there's going to be some interesting stories that could be happening with him. But I'm getting off topic here, but. Yes, season 3, it's official. Just freaking bring it out. But I do have to bitch about the fucking having the DC universe. What's it called?
The All Access.
The All Access.
Oh, the yet to be named or titled DC Direct Digital Service. Yeah. They don't even have a name for it yet. Still,
It's funny because I was gonna get.
And the problem is how much is that shit going to cost? Is it going to be another $15 a month? Or, you know, I mean, I'm just saying it might be peg legs and
No,
parrots.
no,
I'm just saying.
no, fuck that. And the reason why I say fuck that is because what the Reverend alluded to earlier. If this does well, then there'll be a season 4 or season 5. Yeah. If this shit does not get support, it will be Cartoon Network all over again. So this is something that has to get support from not just peg legging this, okay? This has to get support from its actual source, or else, because again, that's just because as soon as the Reverend said that, I'm like, oh no. So we actually have to subscribe to this shit and actually go and watch it from the actual source material that it's. Oh no.
Well, let's hold that thought just a little bit, because the thing is that you know what? The funny thing is that we said this before we started this video like 5 minutes ago, that we're probably only going to take like 5 minutes up unless something else fucking comes up. And I told you guys something will fucking come up.
That's why I said it.
Okay. Something will fucking come up. All right. But before we get into that, let's go back to like the original first promo artwork that they went ahead and they put out. Let me throw my two cents on it. For the particular characters that are returning, Kid Flash, Robin, Wonder Girl, Blue Beetle, who was my favorite fucking character in season 2.
Really?
Literally, yeah. Actually, he and Dick Grayson, he and Nightwing were my favorite two fucking characters in season 2. All right.
It's funny because like Blue Beetle was season 2.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
pretty much.
If you really, from beginning to end.
Yeah.
When they especially when they rescued Bibble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, he's my favorite character. He and Nightwing are my favorite characters from season 2. All right. Then you have spoiler, like I said, Girl 13, Arrowette, who is a real deep dive. You see, when in season 1, when Artemis was the voice actor for Artemis was saying that they were going to do a brand new DC Universe animated series, she initially said that she was Arrowette, but they had changed the character Artemis, and they changed the origins around a little bit, where Artemis became the inspiration for Arrowette. Okay, there's a deep dive to that in season 1. And then Arsenal, which is really interesting because he was kicked off of the team in season 2. All right, and of course Beast Boy, that he was also one of the characters that was pleasantly surprising for me in season 2. Like as far as the artwork goes, it seems like there isn't a real big change as far as design and the style and everything goes. I absolutely love the fact that Static is part of the team. Okay, I really do, because the thing is that it just made fucking sense, especially by the time they reached the end of season 2, that he was going to be part of the team. So
Static doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, and you know what a lot of people don't know is that, guess what? The character of Static, he was created back in the 70s.
Right.
Yeah, he is a long-standing fucking character in the universe, all right?
Virgil Hawkins is a long-standing character. Yes, he is.
Yeah. So, that as far as the current roster for the folks in the main team as it goes, I'm impressed, and it opens up a lot of possibilities, all right? The one thing that they did, though, aside from just showing that off, is that along Twitter, the folks at, let's see here, at DC Comics, the DC Comics official Twitter account went ahead and they started tweeting out other promo artwork and other character design artwork. And the one piece of artwork that was really, really interesting, especially looking through the Collider article, which we'll have linked below in the description, was, okay, look, we know, hey, those characters are great, that's all interesting and everything, but we don't give a fuck about these characters, really, all right? We want to know what the fuck is going on with Artemis, Nightwing, Aqualad, Superboy, and Miss Martian, okay? That's what we care about, all right? If Kid Flash can come back, sometime in the future, fanboys can go ahead and hope. I will admit I am squarely in that fucking circle. Okay.
What? So he can trip and fall every episode again?
But he wasn't doing that in season 2.
Well, because he wasn't a part of the team in season 2.
All right, but just saying. All right, as far as it goes, I said this in the other review episodes and everything. I think he was during season 1. The way that I saw him is that he was the soul of the team. All right, so he was very integral to it. But I'm still holding out hope that maybe they're going to find a way to bring him back. But if they don't and they have a way of explaining it, and they it's not a cheap way of doing it, I'm fine. But going on, the particular image that showed up on Twitter that was really, really interesting was that they showed the new character designs for the founding members or the returning members of the original Young Justice League, and that artwork included Artemis, Nightwing, Aqualad, and Superboy. Okay, and as you can see in probably one of these empty spaces below, I don't know about you, but in the previous seasons, in their previous incarnations, their costumes were a lot more fucking colorful. And I'm looking at these folks now, and this looks like a hardened group of fucking Black Ops fucking military soldiers. What are you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, what the fuck? Look, this is just some dark cult ass shit for these founders. What the fuck happened? What, are they in mourning because because Wally's gone? That's the only thing that I can think of. Really, I mean, plus, where the fuck is Miss Martian? If this is an indication of what's going to be going on in season 3, because they only have the illustrations of those 4, where the fuck is Miss Martian and why isn't she there? And yeah, they better answer that quick. But yeah, these guys look like, these ladies and gentlemen look like they're just say fuck it and just essence of darkness. No emblems, no nothing, just fuck it. Great Mouse, what about you?
What was the question?
What did you think about the new art designs for the returning founding members of the team? For Artemis, Nightwing, Aqualad, and Superboy. The fact that they don't look like they're in colorful, spangly costumes anymore. They're all just decked out in black, and it looks like they're straight military Black Ops.
Damn.
Well, I mean, the beginning of Young Justice, I mean, it was a group for covert operations, so it kind of fits for me. I mean, I don't find it extravagant. I mean, it's okay. So those guys, you know, they might be doing a lot of covert operations.
I definitely agree with that, but there's one thing that's there's one thing that they've held true to in a lot of the animated series and a lot of the Warner Brothers animated and DC animated series when it comes to a lot of the characters is that if the characters have lively or colorful costumes, they do adapt them really, really well in the animated series. The thing that pops out to me, and maybe this is just me thinking about it too much, and I will admit the crazy fanboy in me might be thinking about it too much, is that the way that this looks is that between Young Justice Season 1 and Young Justice Season 2 was that there was a 5-year time skip in between, and there was quite a bit of a change in some of the established character designs. Okay, they've already stated that there's going to be another time skip between Season 2 and Season 3, which actually, if you think about it, like I said, Season 2 was canceled all the way back in 2013. You know, it just makes sense, especially if they're trying to keep things some sort of continuity as far as what's relatable to the real world and everything. You know, in which case, yeah, we're going to see a lot more seasoned. You know, the founding members are a lot more seasoned. They're a lot more serious about their particular role. But the way that this is looking to me, all right, and this, I don't know if this sits well with me, is that, look, all of these guys have all of a sudden took a page, not just a page, a chapter out of the Dark Knight grim brooding book of fucking presentation and design.
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about? I mean, Superboy, who in the first two seasons was like, I'm not taking this fucking t-shirt off because this is who I am. All right, yeah, no tights, no capes. I understand that, but this fucking emblem, that's who I am. And they show him here, and he's got no emblem on his fucking chest.
Now, what? Okay, we saw Darkseid at the end of Season 2. Could they be under his control if there's a time jump? And maybe that's why they're in black. Or
since it's called Outsiders, and we're going ahead and we're thinking about the way that the storyline is going, could it be that maybe it's the case that, you know, things have gotten really, really wrong, and that we're not, you know, in a position where they're dealing with an Earth that's okay,
right?
Okay, or is it the case that maybe the Justice League isn't there and they have to do a lot of the really dirty work they can't fucking pick up?
I mean, Lex Luthor did announce that he was running for office. There's a lot of shit that could have taken place, especially if there's going to be a time jump.
So you guys think it's more of a fraction?
Well, I think, well, here's the one thing that they did say during the Comic-Con panel, was that they did say that the tone of the series was going to be a lot more adult and at times a lot darker, because there are things that have changed during the last time that we've seen the team the last time that's really going to take a toll on all of the characters. So, yeah, it doesn't, because the thing is that here's another thing that I got to go ahead and point out. Where's Barbara Gordon?
Okay, where's
Bumblebee?
Where's Lagoon Boy? Yeah,
where's Lagoon Boy?
Maybe they just left out just because of simple illustrations, but yeah, Miss Martian was most notable to me.
Yeah,
I mean that.
I think maybe the Justice League has been fractured, as in like it's been split.
What do you think? Yeah, do you think that Rocket, Bumblebee, you think they joined the League? At this,
well, I know Rocket and Zatanna.
I was just about
full-fledged
to say Zatanna. Yeah.
Yeah, we're full-fledged League members during season 2.
Yeah.
But it could be possible that, let's say the situation is, and I'm not just throwing this out because it's one of those things that I'm capitulating on, but these are storylines that they could reach from that have been presented before. Let's say the situation is that Lex Luthor did become president, like he's become in the comic books, in multiple of the reiterations of the DC universe that they've done, during the reboots and stuff like that. What if he did become the president? What if the Justice League can't operate out in the open and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that this is just really, really intriguing, and
right.
And I think I know. I'm not going to say I think. I know that we could probably go ahead and spitball and throw these ideas around for another 30 minutes. But my God, it gets me fucking excited for this. It really does. Okay?
To have a conversation like this and know that this show could take a lot of different angles, and probably some angles that we don't even know and that can't even be freaking discussed because of the unknown of what they're going to present. I am very excited for this. Bring this shit out so we can fucking watch it, and please let this shit be great.
That end too, I'm gonna touch back on something that you said earlier, Theme, and also that Gray Mouse went ahead and he pointed out, look, I am not somebody who is enthusiastic about the thought of picking up another subscription service to go ahead and get a hold of this media. But if you're somebody who is a fan of this particular series and you want it to continue past season 3 and you want to see a season 4 or a season 5, like Gray Mouse said that they had announced out that they're already thinking about if this is successful, this is something that we're going to have to go ahead and jump on. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, I know there are a lot of C's out there and other things like that to go ahead and troll through. But yeah, this is something that we're probably going to have to jump on. Here's the thing. I think the only thing that I've got to say about that, though, is I want to see what else does DC and Warner Brothers, what else do they have to offer for this particular service? Because if it's like anything else that's out there, if they have a whole bunch of stuff that's dedicated directly to DC properties and DC licensed stuff, even if it's stuff like we had thrown out before in previous videos, like the old Superman movies, all right, even the horrible ones, all right, I know Superman 4 was a piece of shit, and then they ran it into the ground, but shit, if that's something that they want to go ahead and they can throw out there, or the old Batman movies, all right, to go ahead and line up side by side, so we can sit there and do,
the old Superman series, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, the old Superman series from what's his name, George Reeves, all the way back from the fucking 50s. All right, yeah, I would like to see that shit, or the Max Fleischer Superman animated series from all the way back then. All right, if they can go ahead and dig all of that stuff up, and that's the type of thing that they want to go ahead and present to us. Shit, Warner Brothers owns Hanna-Barbera too. If they throw that into the pot, I am there. That's all I'm saying right now.
What? Okay, the Batman Scooby-Doo episodes.
Yes, I'm right there.
Not. Didn't Adam West voice though? But anyway, as what you were saying, yeah, if they can go dig all that shit up and have this shit readily available with this subscription, fine. I am all for it. Fantastic. If you're gonna get all this stuff, because that's a lot of hidden content, probably some that we've never even thought possible, or even maybe haven't seen before, or haven't seen in a very long time. So yeah, I would bite the bullet and actually get this subscription if all of that were possible.
What about you, Grey Mouse? If they had all that stuff out on the table for a digital subscription, what were you thinking? No, still not enough.
No, that's old shit. What? I'm being serious here. I'm being dead fucking serious. They need to come up with something to where, Justice or Young Justice 3 is not enough for me to subscribe to a monthly service. It's just not. And throwing in old shit, that's not enough for me either. They need to come out with new shit. And the thing is, we're scrutinizing on this, and we don't even know what the program is. So it's not really fair to say either way, in my opinion.
So basically, backwards compatibility is not an option here.
Not for that, no. No.
All right, so
if they wanna do like a new Batman animated series, not the animated series, but a new, they had the Bold and the current, what was
Bold
it?
and the Brave, yeah,
Bold and the Brave,
Brave and the Bold,
that type of stuff. If they have more episodes on that, or stuff in recent times, or just new series. There's a lot of characters that haven't really.
I
would love for the Green Lantern animated series to come back.
And not only that, but to go along with what Grey Mouse is saying, look, if all the brand new WB animated or Warner Brothers Animation DC Comics series, if all of those go toward this DC Digital Direct service, and I can legitimately get a hold of this media via that service, I am all for that. If because of that they can go ahead and circumvent the bullshit that they had to deal with Cartoon Network during the first 2 seasons of Young Justice, I am all for that.
Well,
okay.
Now that I think about it, they're supposed to reboot a couple of classic cartoons from the 90s, such as Animaniacs, and I do think Tiny Toon Adventures also were kind of thinking about being
it's your WB.
Yep.
So,
not only that, but they've been throwing around a way to go ahead and bring Batman Beyond back to the big screen or small screen for the past decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so if they go ahead and that's another avenue for them to go ahead and do that.
It's funny because as far as I know, as far as I know, that wasn't canceled. They just stopped.
They stopped. But the funny thing is that they actually they continued the series in comic book form for like years after that, and they rebooted the series again in comic book form just 2 years ago. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's there. If that's the case, that's what they go ahead and they throw out to offer to those fans. I am all for that. I think all of us can go ahead and agree on that. Okay.
Yeah.
But what we really want to know is that, folks, if you are big fans of Young Justice like we are, and we're unapologetic about it. If you've seen the promo artwork for Young Justice Season 3 Outsiders that came out during Comic-Con, and you've got questions like us, or you've got theories about things happening just like we do, we want to know what you think about it, what you think about our summarization of it. You can do that by leaving us a comment below. While you're at it, please, if you think it's worth your time, mash on that like button. And if you really like what we're doing here and you want to stick around, especially whether or not it's our talks about animated stuff, other geeky stuff like video games, movies, genre-related shit, or tech, or even the rando political conversation, that's really random. All right. If you want to see what we come out with on a regular basis, I encourage you to subscribe and hit that bell for your notifications. With that, I think we've said all of our piece on the Comic-Con panel and the released artwork for Young Justice Season 3 Outsiders. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up right here. I'm the Reverend.
The theme here.
I'm Grey Mouse 1.
All forms of entertainment has the right to exist, even if you don't like it. Credits.
Even if you got to go ahead and pay a subscription service of $9.99 a month, it has the right to exist too.
And if you want to hear Grey Mouse's cell phone go off several times during a video, hit that like and subscribe button.